Certified most accurate. Now your TV5 First Alert forecast.
Well, what started as a pretty sunny day across mid-Michigan, and that has gotten quite warm for a few areas relative to where we're going to be going forward through the forecast. It has now started to turn more like the autumn weather that's been advertised. We're looking at the cloudier conditions here over Mount Pleasant, and if you look close enough, you'll actually see raindrops flying almost sideways by the camera here every once in a while. We've got some showers moving through with some gustier winds out there. You can see the trees moving quite a bit, and you can see those temperatures cooling down across parts of the area. If you're in the Tri-Cities, the thumb, or down towards Flint, we've got the lower to even middle 60s in a few areas, 66 there in Lapeer. But as you go off to the north and west, we're already cooling those temperatures down. Winds are starting to turn out of the north and west. So this is going to be the first kind of round of cooler air that's going to be moving in with the storm system that's making its way through the Great Lakes right now. And you can already see that in our wind gusts across the area. Tip of the thumb, we've got a couple of those stronger gusts, 20 miles per hour, a few other patchy areas also north of the Saginaw Bay, but off to our west, you can see those winds now almost directly out of the west. This is going to be, again, that first kind of blast of cooler air that's moving down into the lower peninsula. And this is going to be the kind of the theme for us going into the rest of our evening and going into tomorrow before things take another seasonable turn towards a lake effect look as we go into the rest of the weekend. We'll talk about that in a moment. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast. Notice showers moving through for the afternoon and then into the evening. Temperatures also cooling down quite a bit here by the time we make it to 8 o'clock. So this is going to be a big difference from where we've been to start our work week. We're now ending it and maintaining this sort of pattern through about the next 5 to 6 days or so. We're looking at these showers moving through likely during the start of high school football games coming through this evening. It's also cooling down, and it's also going to be breezy. So this is, again, that more autumn-like weather that we would expect for this time of year rather than the 80s and sunshine that we had at the beginning of this work week. Going into the overnight hours, temperatures should fall down into the middle 40s for us. We could have a few lower 40s in there as well. And by Saturday, potentially starting out with some brief sunshine at times, but then we're going to watch more of these clouds start streaming in off of Lake Michigan with some rain. This is lake effect that's going to be moving through. It's not any lake effect snow. It's all going to be rain. Still too warm for it to be snow, but it is the lake effect machine starting to get kicked up and working here for us this autumn season. So this is kind of the first round of lake effect. It'll likely be going all day for us, going even into your Sunday as we're continuing to bring in much cooler air above the surface over the Great Lakes that are still relatively warm, and that's where we're getting that lake effect from. So the 7-day forecast remains cool for us as we're kind of stuck in this pattern with winds out of the north and west for the next several days going into the start of next week, still maintaining temperatures there in the lower 50s. So going through the weekend, going through the beginning and even middle of next week here, those temperatures much cooler. Overnight lows there in the upper and middle 30s for us, so potentially looking at frost concerns there as well. Much different forecast from where we started this week, and we do maintain that potentially through the end of next week as well.
Stay with WNEM TV5 on air, on the go, and online for more news and weather updates.